Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for July 7th to the 14th, 2023. This week is the celebration of Kupala, which is the Slavic honoring of summer. So we have some beautiful sunflowers here, thanks to Monica from Sweet Salal, for those to honor this beautiful high summer season. We'll also have some calendula in the mix on the altar, so how about we get started? I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me. With each breath, dropping more deeply into your body. With each breath, coming home to you. And I invite you to see a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and anchoring you here and now in this present moment. Knowing that this tree root is grounding you and also providing you with a channel through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive with this week, July 7th to the 14th, 2023, for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. My intention is to be a clear channel for this information and to provide this reading in a manner that we will easily hear, understand, and integrate for our well-being and the well-being of anyone whose life we touch, as well as the healing and love of this beautiful planet we get to call home. I'd like to invite my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening now and in the future to be present, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible. And we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in the window that we have together here today. I'd also like to call upon the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container across time and space of clarity, wisdom, healing, transformation, peace, and grounding. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies of clarity, love, light, wisdom, healing, and transformation is welcome to go now. And here we go. So, Creator, what is it that we most need to know this week for our personal and collective highest and greatest good? That we may thrive, that we may continue to rise and bring our best forward into life, and do what we're here to do in good ways for our good and the good of anyone whose life we touch. All right, this week of July 14th to 7th to the 14th, 2023. Right. The recent past. So we need to be mindful of this energy as we move into our present and into our future this week. The 7 of Hearts, the name of the card is the Illusion, and we see this angel is completely overwhelmed by all of this emotional energy, all of these threads or bubbles or expressions that are happening in the field of this individual. So we all know what it means to be overwhelmed. We all know what it means to not feel grounded and to feel pulled off of our center. And we also know how to get back there through our breath, through our practices, grounding, take your shoes off, get outside, touch the earth, go for a walk, be in nature. Those things all really help us to ground. And so this card is just reminding us that when we feel this way, we know what to do. We have the skills, we have the tools, we just need to remember them. And of course, that's always the challenge, isn't it? When we're in these human forms, remembering the tools that we have at our disposal to bring us back down and to ground us. And there is a lot of this kind of energy going on right now. It's easy to get dissipated, easy to forget what you were doing, easy to get pulled off center. It's happening for all of us. So just remember the breath. Come home to the self through the breath. And it will make our ability to distinguish what's important and what's not easier. It'll help us to cut through the noise, cut through the information and the stuff that's coming at us that isn't really ours, but it's part of our collective field. We need to be able to discern what's important so that we can stay on target and keep moving forward with our lives in good ways. because, you know, we're here to do important stuff, and being distracted doesn't really serve anybody. The present card, we have the card of ruin, 10 of Swords. Now, this doesn't mean our life is ruined, but it does mean that we need to come home to our hearts, come home to ourselves, and be in this present state. So we have this woman, she's bending over the child. We don't know what's going on, but it looks very serious. Because despite all these distractions, and swords are about mind and activity, despite all these distractions, this lightning of truth has come down into her heart chakra, and as a result, she knows exactly where her attention needs to go. She needs to be 100% focused right here, right now. None of this is important. And it's interesting how this ties into this idea of distraction. So we need to breathe into our hearts. We need to come home to our heart energy. Breathe in and out of our bodies, be in our bodies. That's our compass. That's how we know what's most appropriate and most important for us right now. And focus on what's before us. What is our heart calling us to? What is it that needs our attention right now? And these distracting influences are just that, distractions. We need to breathe and let them go. They're not important right now. There are far more important things that we need to be contending with, and that's where energy and attention needs to go. And if you need to unplug, if we need to unplug, it's important for us to do so. It's important for us to say, you know what, I have to take a pause on this right now. I have a priority in my experience right now that needs my attention, and that's where I'm going to be right now. I'll come back to you later. And if this is cultural and societal distraction, I give you permission to unplug, because there's a lot of information out there that is disruptive and distressing and disturbing. And the challenge, of course, is when we allow ourselves to get rocked off our center by that outside information, which may or may not be true, who knows? It's out there. It's not something that we personally can do very much about, unless it is, in which case, if it's part of your path, onward and upward. But if it's something that there's not much you can do about, why are you allowing yourself to be distressed and disturbed by it? Come back to your center, find your peace. Our contribution on this planet is best made by being in our peaceful, grounded, heartfelt state of our now moment. We change the world through our encounters with each individual on the planet at this time. So this card is calling us back to our heart. This kind of chaotic, random energy is swirling all around us. I mean, look at this. We've got two cards of sort of distraction and overwhelm. As we navigate these unusual times, the heart and the body are the compass. We need to keep coming back to them. If we allow ourselves to go off in our minds, we become part of that cloud of chaos, and it's very, very difficult to get clear. So in our present moment, we're being called back to our hearts, into our bodies, into our now moment, so that we can address what is most pertinent and relevant to us right here, right now, because our lives right here, right now are what is important in the scheme of life, the universe, and everything. There will be voices out there that keep telling you that it's outside of you, that it's that outer stuff that's really important. But our way through is through the heart, through our presence, through our activity and our actions here and now. Now, I'm not saying it's not important to take action on important stuff, because it is. But we have to do it from the heart. We have to do it from our center, from our grounding, from the inside out rather than the outside in. And that will be far more effective when we can bring the broader, wiser part of us, that amazing field of energy that we are each part of, and have more of that flowing through us as individuals into the world. We're far more effective at anything we undertake in terms of transforming the world for the better. Near future, we have the star, the beautiful star. I love this card. So the star is all about bringing our gifts into the world. You see the human here is pouring out sort of the water of her gifts, her talents, her abilities into this beautiful lotus blossom. It's sort of this offering of her good to life. Sort of this perfect circle of experience. We are cared for, nurtured, and held by the field of light, life. It's all the same thing. And we, in turn, when we show up and offer our gifts with love, we are adding our energy to that beautiful field that is so generative and life-giving and healthy and supportive. And so this energy, we're moving into this energy of the gifting, showing up in the world with love from our heart, from our gifts. And so it's interesting because I feel like this is sort of building to remind us that we are most effective in the world when we are not pulled off our centers by outside in information, but rather we allow ourselves to stay grounded through our hearts, focus and show up to what is before us, bring our gifts with love to the world, and that's what we're here to do. The higher octave of the star is meditation. Because our connection to source through meditation or through a practice that is like meditation, a moving practice like yoga, qigong, tai chi, these are all wonderful ways of accessing that broader, wider field of energy that we are part of. We only have a small part of that in our human field when we're here. And these disciplines help us to hold more of that light and energy within us. It helps us to breathe more space into the area between ourselves so that we are more energy, less matter. More wave, less particle, as a good friend of mine likes to say. So this near future energy reminds us to tap into that broader, wiser field of energy in whatever form works for you. Walking through nature is another one. But whatever it is that allows you to ground into that field of energy, to soften and expand, to have that wisdom more readily accessible, that will serve very well right now, because we're all being called to share our gifts in our unique and beautiful ways, in heartfelt ways, because that's how we will respond best to the crises that humanity is facing, the transformation that we're being called to. That transformation comes from within us. We are each agents of change and transformation when we are firmly and deeply anchored in the truth that we are. That's what we're here to be, that unique expression of the God force coming through us. That's what we're here to express. And when we do that, that's how the collective will shift. It doesn't have to be some crazy radical thing, unless that's what you're called to. It's showing up every day with our best foot forward, with as much of that light and life force energy flowing through us as possible, the love energy, the kindness energy, the expansive energy. That's what's up here for us. But having healthy boundaries, knowing what's ours, knowing what's not, and turning the dial down on all that distraction, coming back to what's important, because that's where we need you. That's where we need me. We got to be focused on what is essential, and our heart and our body tells us that. Victory, the foundation card for this week. Wands, creativity, inspiration, and passion, generative potential, Kundalini energy, that fire rising within us, life force energy. When we know how to harness this and hold this in our field, that's when we are at our best. That incredible capacity to hold the divine in our human biology is part of why we're here. It's what we're doing, and it's what those disciplines that I just mentioned, yoga, qigong, tai chi, those are ancient practices that are designed to amplify our human field so we can hold more light and love, more of the divine field in our humanness. It helps to actually transform our biology, create more space within ourselves, create more radiance in our energetic field. We all have an energetic field. Our biology is electromagnetic. There is a field that is being continually generated from our bodies. And when we're healthy and vital, that field is tremendous. And when we're sick, that field is depleted and small and diminished. So the more that we can do as individuals to build that field of light within and around us, the stronger and healthier we will be, and the more of a cooperative, powerful component we are to creating more light on earth, to being a field and an accessory to the divine coming forth now on the planet at this time. So this card, the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, is this energy of victory, tapping into that generative field of energy that we have, fostering it, nourishing it, allowing it to grow and expand so that we can show up and do the work that we're here to do in beautiful and powerful ways, supporting ourselves and each other into more health and radiance and beauty and expression. Because this incredible expression of our field of energy is just what's up right now. It's what we're here to do. And it's what will make us victorious in the end as humanity, as we transform, as we ascend, as we collectively craft our best life heading forward. So the lovely energy of victory as the foundation this week. So these are pretty, they're always good in my books, but really clear cards. You know, it's really about unplugging from distraction, coming home to ourselves. Meditation practices that ground us help us to get clear and clean and help us to redirect our energy in ways that are congruent with our calling, our heart, our yes on the planet, what we're here to do. And when we do that, that is when we are victorious. That is when we will see the best results, the highest results, the most fulfillment, the most enjoyment comes from when we follow our yes and we unplug from these distractions so that we can show up even more in every moment, being who we're meant to be, contributing what we're meant to contribute with love and joy and celebration. Okay, and so with this, let's move on to the card to grow on. I love that. You see what's the bottom of the deck here is we've got love. Sorry, just thought I'd share that with you. Because that's what it's all about. The love is life, is light. It's all the same thing. And the darkest part of it too. It's just this big field of energy. It's all part of the same thing. And it's all day follows night, night follows day, and I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop. Okay, Creator, what is it that we need to know? Our card to grow on this week. What will help to summarize and guide us this week summarize the energies of this week so that we can carry them with us in our heart and remember them so that we can apply them this week in good ways, staying centered, staying grounded, staying connected to the broader field of us and bringing that goodness into life in whatever form is most needed at this time. So our card to grow on this week is the Princess of Pentacles. So new beginnings on the material level. And the material level is not just money or stuff. It's materiality and physicality. It's the body, it's food, it's community, it's family, it's nature. It's all of these beautiful things. So it's like a new beginning on that level. It can be a new business, a new start on that level. Princesses and pages are like baby energy. They're like that fresh life that comes and there's sort of the sense of it being formed already or having its own life, and it then finally comes into form and then it starts to do the form thing, if I'm making any sense. Like a baby comes and there's all that personality and all that life and all that talent and all those abilities that are there already, and we watch it unfold. So this quality is in our card to grow on this week. So as we go forward, this sort of fresh, new start on the level of the earth, on the level of the material, how do we, it's like observing it, see it happen, look out into the world and see the good that's happening. Because where attention goes, energy flows. So we need to be disciplined about where we're putting our focus and what we're noticing, what we're giving energy to through our noticing. And as a result of that, we feed the good or we feed the bad. Depends on where we want to put our energy and our attention. But this card is calling us to being aware of the new beginnings. Look for evidence of those new beginnings and you'll see it. Because as you tune to the frequency of it, it's like kind of like mushroom hunting. If you've ever gone mushroom hunting out in the forest, there's a sort of tuning that you have to do. What is it that you're looking for? And you kind of need to get into the field of that, the vicinity of that. My daughter is unbelievable at this. She just knows all of a sudden there's something over in that direction. She takes off and sure enough, she finds a patch of mushrooms. There's that kind of quality. It's like this deep intuitive dropping into our connection to the earth, our connection to the good, looking for the good and tuning ourselves to it, tuning our dial to that energy, and we will see it, we will affirm it, we will pull more in. It's all about the flow of energy. It's all about what we're giving our attention to. And so those first two cards that we saw in the other reading, the overwhelm and the ruin card, just reminders that it's hard to see the good when we're distracted by all the bad. So if you find you're being distracted by the challenges in the world, I mean, maybe you need to be there because it's providing you with a contrast to clarify what you do prefer going forward. But if you know what you want, then the best thing to do is to give energy and attention to what you want and move in the direction of your yes, move in the direction of what is wanted. We don't have to stand and shout no at what we don't want. What we need to do is move and create the new. And this is what this card is all about this week. Our card to grow on is focusing on the new, moving in the direction of the new, noticing it, calling it in, paying attention to it, nourishing it with our energy and our attention and our life force. So that's it for this week. Our card to grow on, the lovely Princess of Pentacles, new beginning on the material. And with that, I invite you to close your eyes and we will wrap up. Nice deep breath, eyes closed. Bringing that life force back into your beautiful body. Noticing how good and easy it is to bring that energy into your body through your breath. That the breath is energy, the breath is life. How grounding and powerful it is to come home to the breath. Come home with the breath. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. I want to thank you for this opportunity to do this reading this week once again. I'm grateful for the messages that we are receiving. I'm grateful for the guidance. I'm grateful for all the help, for all those who are standing by, all our grandmothers and grandfathers and family members and relations in all the kingdoms, this beautiful planet Earth, and all the other planets and life all over the galaxy that are all striving for the good, that are all moving in the direction of more life, more light, more beauty, more intentionality. I'm grateful that we are part of this amazing unfolding. I'm grateful to be embodied at this time as a channel and an opportunity for even more of this on the planet. And I'm grateful for each person who's on this recording today, who is also committed to being a clear channel for the good and for more life and light on the planet at this time. I'm grateful for all the help we're receiving, and I ask for inspiration. I ask for wonderful examples of the good and how it's unfolding in amazing ways on the planet at this time, and how we are transforming in positive ways, not only for ourselves personally, but how collectively the whole field of human life is surging forward, full of energy, dynamism, brilliance, resilience, easily able to co-create all the solutions that we require with nature, in harmony and balance with nature and life everywhere. Thank you to each and every individual who is on these calls. Thank you to all those who are maybe not incarnate in human form at this time, but all the angelic and other realms who are here in support of us and humanity at this time. Grateful you are here. Thank you for tuning in. If you are inspired by these readings, I would just ask that you subscribe if you haven't already, and that you perhaps share them with anyone who might appreciate them. The whole intention of these readings every week is to help us to get what we need so we can move powerfully forward in our personal lives and, as a result, collectively create something magnificent. So if you find it supportive, thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Lots of love. Take good care. And happy Kupala. Happy summer. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, happy winter down below. Bye for now.